Hi Pisces, how are you? It is me, Lauren B. Welcome to the Untitled Tarot. This week, Pisces, we're gonna do a specific spread. I have a specific spread that is called the Basic Instinct spread because there's something about your like primal instincts that I feel like are really coming out for you this week. You know, it's funny, my water bottle, normally I get like this volcano water, I'll get Fiji, but I got this core water this go around. So and it's sticking out to me. So it feels like there's something that's like hitting you right at your core, and it's really conjuring up some very instinctual emotions, maybe defense, protection, something like that is coming up for you. We're going to use the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal Oracle deck, just plain as it is. I've been mixing it, but we're shooting it straight. We're a straight shooter this week, Pisces. So I'm going to pull the cards out live for you, which I haven't done so far this week, but nevertheless, Pisces gets what Pisces wants. So let's start with the prayer. Father God, thank you for being here with me and my Pisceans. I ask that you give me wisdom and clarity. I ask that you bless these messages and you cover these cards so we may bring forward guidance in Pisces highest of love, light, alignment, and assignment. We praise you and we thank you always. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Amen, Pisces. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. You guys feel like you are not ones to be messed with this week. A little bit like the Sagittarius reading. Not ones to be messed with this week. Scorpio had sort of, usually that's sort of Scorpio's bag, but they had a very kind of like nice and easy spread this week. You're taking on the Scorpio mentality for the water signs this week, I'm gathering. So let's see. So Basic Instinct spread. First thing I do is I pull out a couple cards for your general energy. Interesting. Okay, so we have the otter in reverse, the whale in reverse, the buffalo in reverse, and the unicorn in reverse, Pisces. Would you like to come and talk to Mama B for a second? Would you like to come closer to me, my dears? So a lot of times when cards come out in reverse, it's also, usually that happens a lot during retrograde season, even like in the post-shadow, we're in the post-shadow of the retrograde. So that's just something to know. Take not freaked out by the reversals, right? So, Pisces. So otter and whale in reverse. So what this is saying to me is that you're feeling as though there are people that are very close to you, some of your family, perhaps some of your friends, maybe some coworkers that you're really close with, that you're feeling, there's a sense of showing your true colors. There are people that are showing you their true colors this week that perhaps you had like higher hopes for in terms of like character development. Okay, character development. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And it's really kind of, with the whale is emotional energy, right? And it's things that we kind of have submerged for like a very, very long time. So there's something, it's almost like a sense of disappointment. It's almost like, I wish that they had grown more. I wish that they had done better. Like, I wish that they had kind of moved past that energy now, right? Because the otter is also, it's a very friendly energy. It's very communal. It's very sort of like Three of Pentacles, like collaborative to me, in like a very happy-go-lucky whistle while you work sort of way. That it's really bringing up disappointments for you, that there might be people in your like close-knit circle that are kind of showing their colors to you in a way that like you're not really loving. And then you have the buffalo and the unicorn in reverse. So the buffalo is it's usually a sign of like incoming change for me, right? The buffalo is sort of like a stampede, like when you hear the earth kind of quake and then that stampede comes in, or it's a very like thunder energy for me too. It's like you hear like the kind of roll of thunder, and then you see like a burst of lightning, and then the rain sort of comes down. And then the unicorn also talks about, that's an intuition card for me. I call it my astronaut cowboy card, that something about the environment, the people that you're with, like I said, they're kind of showing their true colors in a way that you wish that, kind of like they hadn't. It's almost like, oh, I wish I didn't hear that. Like, I wish I didn't see them do that. It's that sort of energy. And with the buffalo, it's saying, it's like, oh, so they're really not ever going to change. Like this situation here, this thing going on at work, like this thing going on in my relationship, this thing going on in my family, like it's really not going to change. Like they're just really not going to connect to their intuition, right? And there's a portion of you that feels a little bit like maybe you're disconnected from your intuition. Like maybe you had like a wishbone where your backbone should have been. Like it's that kind of energy. Like I knew better. Like I knew that that this is just who they are. I knew this is just how this situation is. I knew it's just how it works at this place that I work at. Like it's just how it rolls here. It's just how it rolls. And like, I wish that I didn't hear them say that. I wish I didn't hear them do that. Like, I should have known better though. Like, I should have known better. So let's see what's in the environment. Okay. All right. All right. Hold please for production. I think these want to go like this. So you have the crow and the deer out first. So the crow speaks very much of intuition. But you know, today it's actually coming in like the crow is sort of holding on to the world. The crow is sort of holding on to the world. It actually feels a little bit like a, I know better. It's that kind of energy, like my intuition, which is funny because in the environment, it seems as though you're feeling as though the people that are showing their true colors to aren't really super connected to their intuition or like a sense of like moral, in sense of morals or ethics, morals or ethics. But the way that they're coming through in the environment is that they feel as though they are very tapped into their intuition and they're kind of controlling the world. They're controlling the mechanisms. And the way that they feel as though they're doing it, they feel as though they're doing it in a very gentle way. It feels like they're doing it in a very graceful way because the deer talks about grace and empathy and like gentle. So it actually is, it's weird. It's a weird oxymoron. It's like a strange dichotomy. And then you have out the beaver in reverse. So again, it's like the beaver is very much like the otter. Like if this is 3 of Pentacles to me, this is the 8 of Pentacles. This is like super collaboration. This is like family. This is kin. This is like we're working together, all for one and all for one. All for one and all for one. Oh, it's interesting that I said that twice. It's supposed to be all for one and one for all, but I said all for one both times, which explains why it's in reverse. That Pisces. Okay, we're okay, Pisces. So like I said, so there's this issue with like morals and ethics and true colors showing through with these people. You don't really feel like they're connected to their intuition, kind of being on the right side of Jesus about it, but they feel like they are connected to their intuition. They feel like they're controlling the situation in like the most gentle, the most peaceful, the most like graceful way possible. But in reality, what's happening is that they actually aren't collaborating. They actually aren't working for the team. It's an all for one situation. There's no one for all. It's just all for one happening. And then there's this vulture coming in. And normally the vulture is a good card when it comes in because vulture is a very, it's a cleansing, it's a purifying energy. It comes in on people, places, and things and kind of picks up the scraps. So that way that situation doesn't fester, doesn't roll over into toxicity, emotionally, spiritually, environmentally, whatever it may be. But again, it's like this vulture and the crow are like a little bit very similar. It's almost like pecking. It's like a pecking. I don't know the name of him, but it's that story, Atlas. It's the guy who has to like hold up the world and then a crow comes and, or like a vulture, and it comes and it like picks at him, it picks at him, it picks at him. Somebody who is smarter than me in the comments will know exactly the story that I'm talking about. But that's actually what this is in the environment, is they're holding on to the world thinking that they're following their intuition. They're doing it in the nicest way possible. But in actuality, it's all for one. It's really not anything for the all. There isn't a lot of collaboration. Now, there's not a lot of teamwork going on, and this vulture is sort of coming in and like pecking at the situation, like picking. It's almost like picking things that don't need to be picked at, picking at things that don't need to be picked at, which I think is maybe something that's getting to your core. Oh, because he picks right here at his core. It almost feels like someone thinks that they're doing you a favor this week, Pisces, but in actuality, they're almost like hitting you where it hurts. They're like poking at you in a way that is, it feels a little cruel or like a little unnecessary, right? They think they're being gentle, but it's like, I don't feel as though they are at all. So I wanna see what your strengths are right now, Pisces. What are your strengths? Let's talk about that. What are your strengths, Pisces? Under the radar. Is that it? Okay. Okay, so this is interesting. So you have the owl out in reverse, the crocodile in reverse, and then you have the black egg. So the owl in reverse came out, and the owl represents like your intuition. And I saw it in reverse, and I was like, Pisces strength is not being connected to their intuition? That's very un-Piscean. And then I realized that it's like the owl is actually hanging upside down, like on the tree. And then it's like the same thing as this crocodile, instead of like it being sticking its head above the water where you could kind of see its eyes, you can kind of see it coming, see it looking at you. It's actually like floating underneath the surface of the water. It's like a hidden owl and a hidden crocodile. One of your strengths right now is that you're staying underneath the surface. You're not almost like, you're not calling anyone out on anything. It's like you're not making yourself known. You're not making any waves, right? It's almost just like you're observing, right? It's like an owl. You know how an owl can like turn its head in like almost like 360? It's almost that kind of thing, right? It's almost like, it's like just staying very much under the radar, like knowing that your intuition is right. Like even if you had your hopes up about this situation, about this person or whatever it may be for you, you kind of knew better. So it's like now it's like your like antennas, like your radar is up a little bit, but it's like you're not saying anything. You're almost just like watching and waiting. It's like you're not you're not in like a predator energy. You're just being very observant, and it's very much under the radar. It's very much under the radar. And then with this black egg, this is a spirit card. This is almost sort of that energy that it's like you could take your intuition and be like, you know what your problem is, but you're not doing that. And you could pull your crocodile upward and kind of go and like snap and be like, you know, I'm not one to be messed with, but you're not doing that either. With this being a spirit card, you're almost like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit back and I'm gonna lay low and I'm just gonna observe the situation, and I'm gonna let God handle this situation. Because this is a black egg. It's not a golden egg. There's a golden egg card in this. This is a black egg, and you're like, you know what? Sooner or later, all things balance out. Sooner or later, all things balance out. And so I'm just gonna let God take it from here. Like, spirit, you have the floor. Like, I'm gonna keep my hands clean. I'm gonna try and keep my thoughts as nice as they possibly can, but I'm gonna keep my head low and I'm gonna let you handle this. It's interesting. I always look at the black egg as like an overcooked egg, like an egg that should have been like hatched, like a baby chick or something wonderful was supposed to come out of it, but it got left too long. There was too much heat on it. Right? And so it got burnt up, it got black, it got like overdone. And so now it's just dried up and there's nothing in it. Oh, the golden egg. All right. Okay. So in your weaknesses, Pisces, you have the sea serpent in reverse, you have the golden egg, you have the bee, and then you have the eagle too in reverse. So this is interesting. One of your weaknesses is, I think because you're like very fleshy right now, you're feeling very triggered. You're feeling very defensive, even though you're not stepping out to defend yourself. The sea serpent is very much, it's death and rebirth, and it's also like evil eye energy a little bit as well. So there's an aspect of you that doesn't feel super protected in this situation, and that perhaps is flaring up part of your defense mechanism, whether you're vocalizing it or not. It's flaring up your defense mechanism because there's a part of you that's almost like, well, what if I'm not protected in this situation? Like, well, what if God doesn't come through for me with this? Like, it's a little bit of that. And it's almost like there's something about this golden egg for you as well. I don't know why I did that. So whatever is going on here, Pisces, you have a golden egg. You have a golden egg, and part of what's happening is like you with this evil eye energy in reverse, you're feeling a little scared that whatever is happening here is going to affect your golden egg. That this could be a new job, a business, a relationship, a new opportunity, a door opening for you, right? Golden egg, golden opportunity, that you're afraid it's not going to be protected from the negative influences and like the weird projected juju energy coming off of the rest of this stuff. It's coming off of the rest of this stuff. And then you have this bee right here, which is usually, it's a very happy energy. It's very whistle while you work. It's very community, it's pollination, it's fertility, it's all of that stuff. And it's funny because you know what, this bee doesn't have a stinger. Not all bees have stingers, and this bee doesn't have a stinger, which is almost like this energy that one of your weaknesses is not only are you afraid that your golden egg is going to be affected by this situation, but there's also a sense of insecurity that you don't have what it takes in a sense to protect this either. Like you're a bee without a stinger, that like if anything were to get close to this, like you wouldn't know the right thing to say, or like you wouldn't have like the courage to stand up for yourself, or you wouldn't have the ability to like speak up for yourself, or be like, don't talk to me like that, don't touch my golden egg, I don't know who you think you are. Like it's that sort of energy. And now this evil eye serpent energy is coming through a little bit. It's like death and rebirth. I almost see you like recoiling back in. It's a little bit of like, there's a difference between kind of lying low and seeing how a situation plays out, and then actually like being afraid to stand up for yourself, right? Because the eagle in reverse represents justice. So this is also like you feeling like justice isn't going to come in for you because you're not going to be brave enough or courageous enough to stand up for yourself, right? It's like, you know, God will like take care of it. Like that he, you know, God is justice. Like he balances everything out for you. But there's also this sense that it's like, you're going to have to eat crow. I'm looking back at this crow, that like, you're going to have to eat crow and like wait for God to bring you justice. And like, not that you have to like take matters into your own hands necessarily, but that, because we never want to step outside God's, you know, instructions for us. But that, part of the reason you're afraid to stand up for yourself, it has to do with your confidence. It has to do with your confidence. So that's one of your weaknesses right now, that it's like, because you're not confident enough perhaps right now to stand up for yourself or protect your golden egg or this opportunity, or to tell other people like, don't talk to me that way, this isn't your business, whatever it may be, that you're second guessing that God will do that for you, but it's really just you kind of projecting onto God about the lack of courage that you have in yourself. It's got nothing to do. God is powerful, God is mighty, like he will absolutely balance the scales for you. But it's really just you being a little bit triggered in the fact that like you don't feel like you are brave enough to stand up for yourself as well, right? Or even it could be even an energy that oh, look what just flew out, the dragon card. This is a spirit card. This is the eye of God. This is the eye of God. This is just a little hug from God, Pisces, just saying like, I'm watching you, like I see you, like I see everything that's going on. Like, do not be afraid. You never have to be afraid when you keep God in your heart. You just don't. You just don't. There could be an energy that you're like, if I do say something, I'm so upset, I'm so disappointed that like I might lose my cool. You might lose your cool. It's that kind of energy. You're like, I'd rather just not say anything, but you might not be giving yourself enough credit for how much work you've done on yourself, that you have the ability to express yourself in a way that does maintain your grace and your integrity and your character without acting like these other people. So maybe give yourself a little bit more credit. But this card that just flew out is just like a reminder. God's like, I see everything that's going on. Don't think I'm not seeing everything that's going on. I'm watching you. I got you, right? The fact that it came up upright, it also means that you're under his cover. You're under his protection right now as well. So don't second guess that. Don't second guess that. So let's just see what to do moving forward. Oh, my body. Okay, first two cards that flew out, I'm gonna shuffle it. Everybody be cool. We have the peacock and the fish in reverse. So when peacock is in reverse, one, it could talk a little bit of superficiality, but it's been coming through this week more as status, and the fish, that's your card, Pisces, little fishies, that represents like flow and abundance and everything too. So the first thing is, don't worry so much about what you're doing, how it looks to other people, right? If you look established enough to other people, if what you're doing makes sense to other people, whatever this golden egg is for you, because the fact that this bee is turned in towards this golden egg, even though it's on your weakness side, it's saying that like you're putting in a lot of effort into this golden egg. You're working on it. You're planting, you're watering, you're putting sun on it. It's like you're pollinating it. It's like you're doing everything you possibly can. So it's like, don't get, you know, when you do big things like that, when you really kind of bet on yourself, you know, we get nervous that like justice, it's not gonna be protected and it's not gonna be prosperous and you know, justice isn't gonna come in for us, like the fruits of all of our labor. But it's like, you gotta get past that, because perhaps you're just in the beginning stages of a relationship, or perhaps you're just in the beginning stages of a new job, or starting your own business, or any of that stuff. But don't let the status, what it looks like in the natural right now, the fact that maybe you're cash poor right now, maybe you're just getting started, right? Don't let the idea of what it looks like to other people, how successful or how established it looks like to other people, affect how you feel about it, make you feel insecure. There's a reason why God put this person, this dream, this goal in your head, in your heart. He put that fire in your belly. God never starts a work in us that he does not completely intend on finishing. It's very important. So what it looks like and in the beginning stages, like, doesn't matter to anyone else. I don't know if anyone is a girl who's watching it. I do have a lot of male viewers, but it's like, you ever start your makeup, in the beginning stages of your makeup, you look nuts, or like painting a picture or sketching something out. In the beginning stages, it looks crazy. Everything's all over the place. But by the end of it, it's a masterpiece. And that's what's going on for you with this goal next. So regardless if it looks crazy or cash poor or unsuccessful, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what other people think it looks like. That doesn't matter. Because what it looks like now is not what it's gonna look like in the end. It's gonna be better than you can imagine. See if anything else wants to come out moving forward. Cobra, watch your trigger moments. Watch your dream, with it being a snake too, that talks about death and rebirth. So it's also like there's an energy of figure out a way, Pisces, that you can stand up for yourself without losing your cool, right? Because that's an issue that you're dealing with right now. Be feeling like you can't stand up for yourself. And Pisces are very emotional people. You're like, I'm not going to stand up for myself without bursting into tears or without like screaming or like biting someone's head off, right? It's like figure out a way to ask for guidance, pray on it, ask for strength and temperance, right? But figure out a way that you can stand on your own 2 feet, stand up for yourself, stand in your own right without like snapping at people. You can do it. You're a Pisces, you're adaptable, you're like a chameleon. You can do it. Bear in reverse. Come out of hibernation. Don't hide. I'm a Pisces. That is a piece of advice for me as well. Don't hide. Don't hide. Again, it's like this, like, I'm gonna hang under the radar. You don't have to hang under the radar, Pisces. Again, if you are really strong in the fact that, one, you can stand up for yourself and you can self-advocate for yourself, for your relationship, for your project, for your business, then you won't feel so uncomfortable if other people want to poo-poo on it, because it doesn't matter. You need to come out of hibernation. Stop hiding yourself. Stop hiding all of your hard work. Be proud of it. That builds self-esteem, and that just energy of pride and like, I'm not gonna hide. Like, I'm not gonna hide in my room. I know that's for me, but like, I'm not gonna hide in my room. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not proud of the hard work that I'm doing. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not working my ass off in this thing. That builds a sense of confidence, and energetically, that just lets people know without even having to say anything, without even having to snap or get aggressive or do any of that, that like, you're not to be messed with, just because energetically, it's like you're so confident in like what God is giving you to do, that it's like, who's gonna tell you anything? Ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing, Pisces. That's like energetic repellent for any of this weird juju going on up here. Let's see if anything else wants to come here. Wolf. This is Aries. This is Emperor energy. This is my Emperor card. Remember, it's exactly what I just said. Pull in your Emperor energy. You've been through a lot. You've seen a lot. You've gone through a lot. You can handle a lot. You got God on your side. He's got your back. You have a golden egg. And right up in this honeycomb, you're a bee. You're pollinating. You're working hard. You're doing everything that you possibly can. So don't hide. Figure out how to stand up for yourself. Don't worry about what other people think about what you're doing. Don't let other people make you feel bad because you're not as established as they are, or whatever it may be. It doesn't matter. You live your life for you. You do what God tells you to do, not what other people tell you to do, because what do they know? I'll wait. Exactly. So sit in your Emperor energy, sit in your Empress energy, get in control of yourself and your emotions. Know that you've walked through fire, right? You've had a baptism, and it's like, you can handle this. You can handle this. Come out of hiding. Give him hell, Pisces. So, this is your reading this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it was encouraging you. Please consider liking and subscribing if it did. I really appreciate you guys coming here and spending time with me this week. I love you all very much. The added extra content is on the Patreon. That is linked below, along with my email for personal readings, my social media, my Instagram and my Twitter, and all the decks that I use. This is the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal Oracle deck by Kim Krantz, in case you want to get this for yourself. Until I see you next time, Pisces, namaste, stay prayed up, stay blessed. I love you very much, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.